afternoon, everybody. Colin Hoyer here with Advanced Lending Solutions. Hey, I believe you're here today because you want to generate leads for your real estate business on the buy side and the sell side without breaking the bank. You want to supplement your business. Maybe you're sick of relying entirely on referrals, or maybe you're just looking to cut out the middleman and stop paying $1,500 a month or more to the third-party lead generation company that you're using right now. Whether or not that's Zillow, Realtor.com, Homes.com, Boomtown, Ylopo, Commissions Inc., you name it, these things cost an arm and a leg, and I'm sure you're sick of spending money on this. The ROI on some of those systems is slim because of the cost it takes to maintain them. It can take 9 months before you even see a return on your investment, and most of you can't hang on that long to become profitable. So it's time to find an alternative, and I believe I've got one for you. Yes, I am a lender, but I generate leads for myself and about 15 other agent partners in 4 states using a variety of traffic sources such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, Bing, Google AdWords, and Yahoo Search as well. What we do here at Advanced Lending Solutions for our agent partners and as well as our own lending business is we source traffic from these platforms and we drive that traffic into a very appealing survey. It's a smart survey made by Typeform. It's got a great graphic user interface. It's very simple for the end consumer to use. It integrates with all of our other software. We drive traffic into this survey. We ask pertinent questions. We take that survey data and we dump it right into a CRM that was made for real estate. It's called LionDesk. You may have heard of it before. Some of you may even be currently using it. It's $25 a month for the system, $24 a year for a custom phone number, so it's extremely affordable. Most importantly, this allows us to send the lead data and initiate an automated follow-up via text and email. Now, a lot of these CRMs out there, you got Follow Up Boss is a big one. There's a lot of other similar ones out there. I think Sync even has its own. But most of these other CRMs and auto responders will limit you to sending one text message in a customer lifetime while it's on the platform. They say it's an FCC regulation that they can't send any more texts than that. Whether or not that's true, it's limiting, and we don't like that. So we use LionDesk not only because it's cheaper, but because you can send more text messages in the drip campaign along with your email drips on the back end to really beef up the customer engagement. We're seeing about a 47% response rate for every lead that comes in from any one of those platforms. We merge them all together. We harvest these leads from all of those platforms, Bing, Google, Yahoo, Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We send them right into LionDesk for nurturing. The automated text messages go out. The automated emails go out. And these customers end up responding 47% of the time. Now, what we do at that point is we manually engage. We set the auto responder to stop on reply. So as soon as one of these internet leads responds, we jump in manually. Myself or one of my agent partners who's controlling the system will jump in manually, engage in a conversation, add notes to the file, push out tasks, add commission tracking. It's a full-blown CRM. So they're able to create an inbound marketing machine for pennies on the dollar. We're not using any fancy proprietary software, right? A lot of these expensive companies have their own software, and they justify you spending an arm and a leg because you're using their private software. None of that matters. LionDesk will do the trick for you. It's $25 a month, $24 a year for a custom phone number, along with the ads that you can run directly on these platforms. Yeah, you got to sign up for all of these different platforms individually. It's really not that hard to manage. It's kind of a set it and forget it, maybe check on it once a week, once a month tops type of deal. So as long as you or a team member can dedicate maybe an hour or two every month to monitoring this stuff, you can totally cut out the middleman and you can run ads yourself for the same quality that you're getting from these third-party lead gen providers. And you're going to be paying pennies on the dollar compared to what these are charging you. So I think it's time that you set up a system, a proprietary system that you have exclusivity to and full control over for you and your team. It's going to help you increase your profits. The ROI is easier to attain when you're spending a lot less per lead. You don't need to close quite as many of them to cover your costs. So for those newer agents out there who are looking for a leg up, maybe you're struggling, your sphere of influence is not providing as much fruit as you originally hoped it would, or you just don't have much traction yet, but you do have a marketing budget, this is fantastic for you. You can get in there, you can generate some leads for cheap. A lot of our agents are spending at bare minimum $5 a day on the ads and $25 a month for the LionDesk software. So what that equates to be is about between $150 and $175 a month on the low end, and they're getting 2 to 3 leads per day, with about half of those people responding to the automated follow-up. So, in essence, you're initiating a conversation with somebody who already reached out to you. It's about as warm as it can be with internet leads. A lot of these other companies are going to charge you $1,500 a month for that same service when you can do it for $1.75. Doesn't get any cheaper than that. There are free ways to generate leads as well through garage sale groups and online buy and sell groups. I'd be happy to show you how to do that with a simple landing page, so you can supplement your lead flow for free if you wish. But this is the way to do it on autopilot with pay-per-click advertising. I'd be happy to build one of these systems for you, just like I've done for my other agents. I'm only doing this right now in Michigan, Texas, Florida, and Colorado. I'm a lender, so I make my money when I write loans. I do not charge a fee for this. I can't get bogged down with too many agents, though, so I'm only going to be able to accept a few of you guys for now, 10 tops, before my day just completely gets sucked away from me. I need to have time to write loans as well, so I don't sacrifice quality for my referral partners who are sending me business that I can get paid on. But I'd be happy to set one of these up for you, answer any questions that you may have. I want to take a moment just to kind of show you guys how it works. So right now, I'm going to open up LionDesk. This is what it looks like inside the CRM itself. I'm in the marketing tab. I clicked here to open up my drip campaigns, and you can see I've got a 30-day buy or die campaign set up that starts within 2 minutes of a new lead coming into the system. Hi, thanks for checking out some information on Facebook today. I thought following up by text might be easier. Is there a particular part of town you'd like to live in? 17 minutes later, kind of picked an odd number so that way it looks more legitimate and less like a robot. Oh, I forgot to ask, you looking for a fixer-upper to flip? A home to live in? What you looking for? This will go on for 30 days, a combination of text messages and emails. Notice how all of these are set to stop on reply. So if somebody gets upset, which on occasion somebody will say, hey, please do not contact me again, we got to honor it. So we stop it on reply immediately. It'll stop the entire drip campaign. You don't have to manually go in there and do anything. It completely shuts it off for you. But this will go for 30 full days. If you scroll down here, you'll see just how long this will go for. And then it even recurs. There's actually another text that will go out every 30 days after the ending of the initial sequence. So this literally can go forever if somebody doesn't respond. It's a true buy or die follow-up campaign. I got this from a reputable real estate coach who LionDesk actually shouted out for developing a campaign that gets more responses than any other shared campaign on the system. This is what you'll get access to. If you go back to the dashboard here, this kind of shows, once it loads, the entire system in general. So you can see expected total sales, you can add commission tracking in here, you can see how many outbound texts and inbound texts have come in today. That's just today alone. My email reputation's a 99. That's very good. You can click on contacts individually. You can add notes to them. You can push out tasks. This is very similar to any CRM that you've currently used. There's no magic to LionDesk. There's no magic to any CRM, to be honest with you. Some of these lead generation companies are charging just an arm and a leg for it, and it makes no sense at all. You can tag the campaign. So with this one, Luxury Lake Homes, I got that one coming in. These are all tagged separately. If you wanted to tag them based on traffic source, you could have Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, Bing, Google. You can basically just tag it any way you want. The reason why I use different traffic sources is they all have slightly different quality. You know, Facebook is a demand generation platform. What that means is you're hooking somebody on an entertainment platform when they don't necessarily have the intent to look up houses on a search engine. Or, search a real estate professional in a search engine like Bing, Yahoo, or Google. You're catching these people in a scrolling behavior in their newsfeed, and you're hoping to generate the demand after that. Demand generation platforms like Twitter, like Facebook, like Instagram, these are a little cheaper than running ads on Google AdWords or Bing or Yahoo, which is demand fulfillment platforms. These people already have the intent to do something. They're going to those websites to fulfill something that they need, to fulfill a need. As simple as that. Those are going to be slightly higher quality. You can still get them for cheap. I'll show you kind of how the keyword planners look inside Bing. Here's just some general keywords that I typed out. Denver homes for sale, Colorado real estate. You can see here low competition, low. Average searches per month, 80, 60, 30. All the way down here, Colorado real estate, 17 cents per click is the suggested bid. Low competition. This is a gold mine. You know, not a lot of people really use Bing at all. They always assume it's second fiddle to Google. And yes, that's true. A lot more people use Google, but a lot of people still use Bing. A lot of computers that come installed with Microsoft Edge and Internet Explorer have Bing installed as the default search engine. So it still gets a lot of searches, not quite as much as Google, but it's still a very, very, very large search platform. Underutilized, I would argue, for pay-per-click ads. So you can get fantastic traffic off of here. People who already have the intent to search for Colorado real estate listings, cheap real estate, Colorado, Denver homes, Fort Collins. This is great. For 23 cents a click, 17 cents a click, you can send somebody into a survey, capture their information, and then nurture them on the back end for $25 a month total. It's fantastic. It doesn't get any cheaper than that. You can do the same thing with Google. These are a little bit more expensive, as you can see. Hawaii real estate, 66 cents. This is for the high end. You know, it goes as low as 12 cents per click. That's going to be towards the bottom of the page for that ad. Houses in Colorado, medium competition, 17 cents on the low end, 96 cents on the top end. $1.06 for South Carolina real estate. Apartments in Colorado, cheap houses. You name it. These are just example keywords. You can put in whatever you want. And my team actually has better keywords than this in our actively running campaigns. We'd be happy to go over that with you and let you know which keywords perform better than others. This is just a brief overview to show you how the system works. You can see that it is a little bit more expensive than Bing. It's more than double, actually, when you scroll through it, which is why I love to use Bing so much. I use that as a main traffic source in my campaigns, but Google AdWords are just fine. Pinterest, you can set up a traffic ad here. You create a new one. Daily limit spend, $5 per day. You can put this in either in browse or in search. I like to use the browse one because the pay-per-click ads are a little bit cheaper that way. People are looking for interior design photos, real estate photos in a specific area, and boom, the ad pops up. They click it, they go to that survey, they fill it out, and they end up back in LionDesk receiving the automated texts and emails. Going over here, here's Facebook. This is an ad that I'm currently running for one of my agent partners. It's generating, we've got 87 leads for $2 a piece. So for $178, we got 87 leads. The one below at 118 leads for $218. That one's doing real well. Same thing, we're just hooking leads on the Facebook platform, and we are sending them into LionDesk. With Facebook, it's a beautiful thing. They've been in trouble lately for the data scandal, but I still think it's a good platform. Their stock price has gotten hammered because they've removed a few of the targeting features, but there's still a lot of them in there. Once this loads, I'm going to show you exactly how we target some of these people. Alright, so specifically we're using zip code targeting. You can do wealth targeting, you can do interest targeting, you can do job title targeting, whatever kind of targeting you want, to be honest. Facebook has one of the most robust targeting platforms of any pay-per-click advertising platform. We're doing zip code targeting because we know the certain areas where this real estate agent lives and works and which areas are, quite frankly, just very low income. This is in the southeastern Michigan area. So we want to avoid, as bad as it seems, a lot of the Detroit neighborhoods because the property values just aren't there for us to make a good commission. That's not trying to discriminate. There are some decent investment deals there, and there's a lot of great people that can afford to buy homes. But in general, most of the houses there are still selling for like 30 or 40,000, and we're trying to focus on more of a luxury market. So Troy is just a little bit of a step up, plus 30 miles. We block out some of these lower income zip codes. We try and filter it. We exclude people who are in the real estate industry, so that way your competitors, including mortgage lenders, are not going to see your ads. You can target it further than that. This is simply zip code targeting and exclusion targeting. And I also used an exclusion of bad leads, a lookalike audience that I created. I'll go over that later on once we have a conversation about how we can help you. But just to go into that a little bit, a lookalike audience uses the power of the Facebook pixel. So when we send data into these leads, we can score them based on certain answers to the questions that are on the survey. They say they have no down payment and they have terrible credit. They're going to get rated very poorly on the back end by this survey. We track those leads based on the total scores they get in the survey. It's almost like a quiz. When they get a low score, they're going to get tracked by a pixel that tracks bad leads. When they're a good lead, they're getting tracked by a pixel that tracks good leads. We can end up creating conversion campaigns for good leads and even building lookalike audiences like this for people who are most closely related within 1% variance to the bad leads that we did capture. We can exclude them entirely from the targeting. This is extremely advanced stuff that a lot of people, ad agencies, will charge thousands of dollars to teach you. I'm willing to teach you this completely for free. Basically, you're probably asking what's the catch. Well, I'm a lender. I'm looking to get some of your referral business. And the only way for me to accurately provide value without annoying you guys and calling you on a Tuesday asking you to set up pointless coffee meetings is to provide some value up front. And this is the only way I can think of to really do that. So I've spent hundreds of hours on this stuff, thousands of dollars between myself for my mortgage leads and also for my real estate referral partners and even some insurance guys that I'm helping out with this too. So I've got the time and the experience put into this. I really think it's valuable if I share it with you. Again, between Facebook, Google, Pinterest, Bing, Yahoo, Twitter, Instagram, there's a lot of opportunity to get cheap traffic. We can run it into a Typeform survey. I don't have one pulled up, but I can just kind of go to the website here to show you exactly what it is. Typeform is just like any other survey provider, but it looks a lot better. The experience from the client or the consumer is tenfold that of Jotform or SurveyMonkey or Wufoo, all of which will do the job, and if you want to use that, that's fine. But Typeform, I'm already paying for it. I can create the survey for you. It costs me $70 a month. I've also got other services like Zapier that I pay $50 a month for. You can get a cheaper one yourself, but the zaps are going to run every 15 minutes instead of every 5 like I've got on the premium one. I also pay for Convertri. This is a great piece of software for landing pages in the event that you need to build a different type of funnel. I've got the software for it. I've got an account. I don't even know how much they charge for this anymore. I think it's like $50 a month. We'll see here as soon as it loads. This is a fantastic piece of software, though. There's not many landing page software companies out there that will allow you to embed JavaScripts in the header and footer. This is like an entire website. You can code in it. You can add buttons to it, high-quality images and videos. It's fully mobile responsive. It looks fantastic. Oh, okay, here we go. It's $60 a month. I pay for this. You don't have to. You can piggyback on mine. I've got all the tools here for you guys to really make a proprietary, exclusive lead generation system that's going to pump all of your leads into LionDesk. Here's what it looks like. Here's a client that responded to the automated follow-up. Hi, Maya. Thanks for checking out houses on Facebook the other day. I thought following up by text might be easier. Is there a particular part of town you'd like to live? Or I forgot to ask you, looking for a fixer-upper, blah, blah, blah. She responded, we're looking for a 3-bed, 2-bath home between 120 and 180. Boom. Have you been pre-approved? Yes. I'm not going to push her on that, and I would never do that for any of your clients either. If they're already pre-approved, I'm not going to hound them and be annoying about it. I want to save the sale for you. If you don't feel comfortable with a certain lender, if they're pre-approved, I'd encourage you to send them my way. That's kind of how I get paid and get reimbursed for all of the time and energy that I'm going to be putting into helping you build this system. I'm not going to be nosy or annoying or call you once a week begging for business. I just like for you to keep me in mind when a lead does come your way that needs financing, specifically some of the tougher deals. I'll go into that later, but I help people down to a 550 credit score and self-employed people that write off all their taxes. I've got some pretty cool programs. That's for another discussion. But anyways, these lead systems are affordable. They're just the same quality as anything else you're going to get. You just got to ask yourself, when you see a lead generation company touting a crazy awesome system and trying to justify $1,000 a month or $1,500 a month, ask yourself where that lead comes from. There's only a couple of places: Google, Bing, Yahoo, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, maybe Reddit, maybe Ask.com, which I think is actually owned by AdWords. So really, there's less than 10 traffic sources that are worthwhile to generate leads from. All of these companies are getting them that way. Unless it's like Zillow or Realtor.com, where they're hooking them through their own door in the house. That's the only other type of traffic source that they can be generating leads from. But nobody wants to pay that anyways. I mean, I know agents that are paying $5,000 a month on Zillow, and they're getting other agents that are coming through their forms trying to schedule showings and racking up ad spend. It's insane. You get tire kickers all over the place. You get renters. You get people with bad credit. Zillow is not what it used to be. They're jacking up the zip codes. Realtor.com is the same. You can get very similar quality, if not the same or better, generating traffic from the sources that I just told you about and running them through LionDesk. Again, at the bare minimum, I got this guy paying $5 a month for Facebook ads, $25 a month for LionDesk. Doesn't get cheaper than that. Does not get cheaper than that. He's got a couple deals in contract right now. He's been doing this for a month and a half. He loves it. He says, I've already got at least 2 deals. One of them was a cash buyer. It's going to pay for the entire system if I wanted to run it for a year. And I'm sure he's got more brewing than that. I haven't followed up with him in a couple of days, but he's loving it. I think it would really help you, especially if you run a team. If you're a broker and you're looking to attract new agents, you can pump as much money as you want into these traffic sources. It's totally up to you. You're the one controlling. And again, these traffic platforms are going to be set up in your name. You'll be the only one that can access them, aside from me if you delegate it, which you can take away at any time if you decide that you don't want to work with me. At any time, you can cut me out. You can cut whoever the hell you want out of the system. It's yours. There's no commitments. You don't sign a contract. You don't got to send emails left and right to get access to stuff or call a company to try and get something to work. There's none of that. This is your system that you control. If you have a social media person in the office, maybe an intern or a social media assistant that maybe would like to learn how to do this stuff, you can have them run it for you. There's a lot of value in this. DIY, do it yourself. It's always the cheapest, right? With anything in life, this is no exception to that. If you cut out the middleman, you can save a tremendous amount of money, and you can really scale your business on the back of it. Because let's say you start off small. Let's say that you do the $5 a day method. You put in $5 a day, you generate 2 or 3 leads, you start closing some leads, and all of a sudden you start saying, wow, this is not bad. The money is made in the automated follow-up with LionDesk. So once you see LionDesk doing its job and you jumping in to lukewarm leads that have already raised their hand to talk to you, and if you're a good closer, an element of that has to come into play. You got to be good at sales, but if you are good at closing the deal, then you start getting commission checks off this. Now all of a sudden you can branch out into other traffic platforms. Now maybe you're spending $5 a day on Facebook, $5 a day on Google, $5 a day on Bing and Pinterest and Yahoo. That's going to add up pretty quick, but if you're closing these deals, it's going to be worth it. You can entirely scale this whole thing. You can even add ringless voicemail. They call that slide dial. You can incorporate that on the back end. There's some other software that you can add. You can incorporate Calendly, where people will book a call with you right on your calendar. It'll go to Google Calendar, Android Calendar, or iOS Calendar, where people can schedule meetings based on the availability on your calendar. We can set that up. There's lots of different options here, guys. I've put in the work, I've spent the money, I've already got 10 to 15 people using it. Some of them use it a little bit more sparingly than others. Some of them are spending a lot of money on it and having good results. I can set this up for you. Again, I just ask that you be open to working with me as a lender. I'm not going to force it on you. I know you've got relationships that you've probably had for a long time. I'm not trying to step on any toes. I'm just looking to be that guy where you give your turn down business to start. And then if I prove it to you that my lending shop is good, maybe we can work out something else where you send me some of your better files after I prove to you that I've got good customer service, that I've got good rates, and that I've got low fees and I can close a loan on time. I understand I got to build your trust, and I understand I got to provide some value first. And this is my way of doing that. So if you're interested, get a hold of me, 616-402-6195. Colin with Advanced Lending Solutions. You can email me at choyer@advancedlendingsolutions.com. Or again, just give me a call or text 616-402-6195. I'm also going to, there's a button below this video somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where it is, probably just right below this video, where you can click to get more information. I'd encourage you to do that so we can speak further at a later date and get you all the information that you need right now, like targeting metrics, maybe some additional cost figures, confirmation that you always have an opt-out. You're not going to be forced or locked into anything. Again, just wanted to emphasize that because I know a lot of lead generation companies will trap you for 3 or 6 months. This is not like that. I'm literally just building a system for you that you control, that you can cut off at any time or scale at any time if you decide that you like it. So click the button below or reach out to me and let's try and generate some business together and make this a great year for both of us and for many years to come. Thanks for taking a look at this system, and I look forward to working with you. Have a great rest of your night.